Jeopardy! Here are today's contestants. A software developer from Medford, Massachusetts, Nathan Myers. A writer from Los Angeles, California, Steve Friedman. And our returning champion, a PhD student in marketing from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, Eric Dolansky, whose two-day cash winnings total $46,402. And now, here is the host of Jeopardy, Alex Trebek.
Thanks, Johnny. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard. Our champion, Eric Dolansky, although from Canada, has demonstrated a considerable knowledge of American history in his two victories so far. So, Steve and Nathan, you have your work cut out for you. Good luck. Here we go into the Jeopardy round. One daily double, and these categories are now in play. U.S. colleges and universities, followed by cartoon mice, completes the play title, liquids, the sea otter, and finally, hot buns, B-U-N in quotation marks. Eric.
Hot buns for 200, please.
This folklore hero was so big, as a child he rocked in his cradle and caused a 75-foot tide in the Bay of Fundy. Nathan.
Who is Paul Bunyan?
Correct.
I'll take hot buns for 400, please.
A con game, or the police squad that breaks it up. Nathan.
What is bunco?
Correct.
Buns for 600, please.
In this early American courting custom, a couple lay fully clothed on a bed and exchanged endearments. And that is bundling.
Hot buns for 800, please.
Two-word term for the 30,000-pound precision-guided bombs used to destroy underground command centers. Nathan.
What are bunker busters?
That's it.
And let's finish the category for 1,000, please.
Born Edward Z.C. Judson, he was an originator of the 19th century dime novels, many featuring Buffalo Bill Cody. Eric.
Who is Ned Buntline?
Correct for 1,000.
Completes the play title for 200, please.
John Guare's 6 Degrees of... Steve.
What is separation?
Right.
I've got to go with the sea otter for 200.
Unlike other marine mammals, the sea otter does not have this layer of fat to keep it warm. Steve.
What is blubber?
Yes.
Otter for 400.
Take a look, players. As seen here, the sea otter wraps itself in this marine material to anchor itself while it rests. Steve.
What is seaweed?
Seaweed or kelp, yes.
Otter for 600.
There are about 2,500 southern sea otters off the California coast and 50,000 northern sea otters off this state. Steve.
What is Oregon?
No. Eric.
What is Washington?
No. Nathan.
What is Alaska?
You got it. Keep working your way north.
Sea otter for 800, please.
Four-letter term for an otter's skin, the demand for which once almost made them extinct. Steve.
What is pelt?
Pelt is right.
Otter for 1,000.
Sea otters feed on clams, crabs, abalone, and these creatures seen here. Nathan.
What are sea urchins?
That's right.
Let's complete the play title for 400, please.
Eugene O'Neill's Strange Interlude. Nathan, go again.
Complete the play title for 600.
Neil Simon's The Prisoner of... Nathan.
What is 42nd Street?
No. Eric.
What is 2nd Avenue?
That's right.
Play title for 800, please.
Beth Henley's Crimes of the... Steve.
What is heart?
Correct.
Cartoon mice for 200.
On November 18th, 1928, this American icon made his film debut at New York City's Colony Theater. Eric?
Who is Mickey Mouse?
Mickey Mouse is right, yes. 1,200 for you. Why did I do that? Why couldn't I have just said we're going to take this break for commercial messages? Bye! Nathan Myers, a software developer from Medford, Massachusetts. And ladies and gentlemen, you're looking at a man who has recently, in the last 3 or 4 years, taken up figure skating.
Yes, I took it up 5 years ago. I work with a coach and hope to start competing later this year. I've got jumps, I've got spins, and my falls have been compared to falls by Brian Boitano.
Oh, I see. What's your best jump? Can you do a triple or a quad?
No, I'm
Can you do a double?
I'm a single jumper, and my best is probably the loop jump.
Is it also a falling down jump?
Not usually,
Oh,
but
good. Okay.
I've been known to.
All right. Steve Friedman is a writer from Los Angeles. You lost 50 pounds in 8 months?
Yes, I used a diet I developed myself called the Stop Eating So Much diet.
Tell me how that works, because I'm having problems.
Well, I would just look at the amount of food I would normally eat and eat less than that.
I knew there was a catch. Eric Dolansky is our champion. It says here that you once had lunch with me. I do not recall this.
Well, we didn't actually sit at the same table. You were up in Toronto for a contestant search, and I happened to be at the hotel where the search was taking place. You were at the very next table being interviewed, quite badly, actually.
I was being interviewed badly?
The interview was poorly thought out. They decided to try and find out how much you, as the quiz show host, knows, and so they administered the Canadian immigration test to you.
And how did I do?
You seemed to do okay, but you didn't really look too happy to be there.
And I was born in Canada. Why do I have to take the Canadian immigration test? That's another day, another story. All right, pick up your signaling device, make a selection, and we will continue right now.
I'll take play title for 1,000, please.
Answer. Oscar Wilde's A Woman of No... Nathan.
What is importance?
You got it.
Let's do liquids for 200, please.
Byron wrote, "Let us have this and women, mirth and laughter, sermons and soda water the day after." Steve.
What is wine?
Wine, correct.
Mice for 400.
This Red Cape Terrytoons rodent has been saving the day on TV since 1955 with operatic flair. Nathan.
Who is Mighty Mouse?
Here I come to save the day. Yes, indeed.
Let's have cartoon mice for 600, please.
This fastest mouse in all Mexico has a cousin, Slowpoke Rodriguez. Eric.
Who is Speedy Gonzales?
Arriba, arriba, si, si.
Cartoon mice for 800, please.
In 1975, Grape Ape and Mumbly teamed with this Hanna-Barbera cat and mouse duo. But by December, the ape was out. Nathan.
Who are Tom and Jerry?
You got him.
Let's cartoon mice for 1,000.
First name of young Mr. Mouskowitz, voiced by Philip Glasser in An American Tail. Steve.
What is Fievel?
Fievel is right.
Liquids for 400.
Whether autumn leaves turn fiery amber, vivid gold, or dull brown depends on the composition of this thick liquid. Eric.
What is sap?
Sap is right.
Liquids for 600, please.
The Quaker State Company was founded in 1931 in a Pennsylvania city named for this liquid. It was called Oil City, Pennsylvania. Hence, it was named for gas. Eric?
Liquids for 800, please.
The rounded area of a ship's hull dividing bottom from sides, or the yucky water that collects there. Eric?
What is keel?
No. Nathan?
What is bilge?
Bilge, that's right.
Liquids for 1,000.
The cholesterol doctors measure is called this cholesterol for the fluid part of whole blood. Nathan?
What is serum?
Serum cholesterol, correct.
Colleges for 200, please.
The two founders of Yahoo and the two founders of Google all attended this California school. Steve?
What is Stanford?
That's right.
Colleges for 4.
Texas Lutheran University is in Seguin. This school, founded in 1873, is in Fort Worth. Eric?
What is Texas A&M?
No. Steve?
What is Texas Southern?
No. Correct response. What is TCU, Texas Christian University? Steve, we come back to you, though.
Colleges for 6.
Answer. Daily double. You have friends in the audience. They would like you to make this a true daily double, I'm sure.
All right, I'll do it.
Okay.
Let's make it a true daily double.
Here is the clue, then. Recovering from Katrina, it scheduled a makeup lagniappe semester starting in May of 2006.
What is Tulane?
Tulane, you got it.
800.
The North Carolina University, founded in this town in 1834, is now in Winston-Salem. Steve?
What is Raleigh?
No. Eric or Nathan? Correct response. What is Wake Forest? And now the $1,000 clue for the three of you. It's the northernmost Ivy League school. It's in New Hampshire, hence it is Dartmouth. All right, 4,800 for Steve. He's in the middle, Nathan in the lead, and Eric, you go first in Double Jeopardy, right after
this. Universal Pictures presents The Breakup.
What about your sister?
My sister's been through a lot.
She slept with the entire Arizona Cardinals offensive line.
She was on vacation!
Don't even get me started, by the way, on your brother.
Richard is not gay.
Okay, Lassie, I want you to listen to me. And listen good. I'm not saying he won't get married. I'm not saying he won't even have kids. But then one day his wife will find him with a guy named Julio wearing leather helmets and clubbing each other to Yanni's greatest hits.
The Breakup starts Friday.
Eric the Champ gets to do it first in Double Jeopardy. That is, make a selection from these categories. First off, we have physical science. Next, all that jazz. That's so conventional. Cleaning up. You will be assimilated. Embrace the orb, O-R-B in quotation marks. All right, Eric, go.
Embrace the orb for 400, please.
The quality of being able to take in liquids. Nathan.
What is absorbent?
Yes.
Orb for 800, please.
He's the moody crooner, heard here. Listen.
You couldn't tell that I'd been crying.
Steve.
Who is Orbison?
Roy, say it again?
Orbison.
Yes, Roy Orbison.
Physical science for 4.
Run a comb through your hair and hold it here. The water is drawn to the comb because of this accumulation of electrical charge.
Eric.
What is static electricity?
Yes.
Orb for 1200, please.
Scurvy is caused by a lack of this acid found in citrus. Eric.
What is citric acid?
No. Nathan.
What is ascorbic acid?
That's right.
Orb for 1600, please.
In December of 1991, he gave Yeltsin the nuclear codes. Eric.
Who's Gorbachev?
Correct.
Orb for 2000, please.
From Turkish for cool drink, it's a frozen dessert made from fruit syrup. Steve.
What is sorbet?
Sorbet, good for $2,000.
Science for 8.
Phosphorescence is defined as giving off light with little or none of this. Steve?
What is heat?
Yes.
Science 12.
Answer. Daily double. You have just taken the lead away from Nathan.
5,000.
Ooh, all right. The man feels confident in science. Here's John with the clue. Take a look.
For 5 out of 10 carbon-11 atoms to decay into boron-11, it takes 20 minutes, which is this measure for the carbon-11 isotope.
What is half-life?
Half-life, you got it. Big lead now. 13,400 your total.
Conventional for 4.
During the 1968 Democratic Convention in this city, anti-war protesters clashed violently with police. Eric.
What is Chicago?
Yes.
Physical science for 1600, please.
In 1911, a physicist first observed superconductivity when he found no resistance in this slippery element at 4.2 Kelvin. Steve.
What is helium?
No. The slippery element is mercury. Mercury. Eric, you go again.
Physical science for 2000, please.
I'm creating a small version of this, a mass of fluid in a swirling motion. Whirlpools, tornadoes, and sunspots are bigger versions.
Nathan.
What's a vortex?
Vortex, yes.
Let's take conventional for 800.
In 2004, the two major U.S. political parties held their conventions in these two cities. Nathan.
What are New York and Boston?
That's right.
Conventional for 1200, please.
George H.W. Bush electrified the Republican convention in this year when he declared no new taxes. Steve.
What is 1988?
Correct.
Conventional for 16.
He gave his famous Cross of Gold speech at the 1896 Democratic Convention. Steve.
Who is William Jennings Bryan?
Yes.
Conventional for 2000.
This bespectacled NBC newsman was forcibly removed from the floor of the 1964 GOP convention in San Francisco. Eric.
Who is Dan Rather?
No. Steve or Nathan? Dan Rather is CBS. John Chancellor is NBC. Steve, back to you.
Assimilated for 400.
Victories by Garibaldi in 1860 led to this largest Mediterranean island being joined to Italy. Steve.
What is Sicily?
Yes.
Assimilated 8.
It was declared a protectorate February 1st, 1893. A treaty to annex it to the U.S. came 2 weeks later. And that would be Hawaii. Steve?
Assimilated 12.
Israel formally annexed this strategic upland region in 1981. Steve.
What are the Golan Heights?
Correct.
Assimilated 16.
Bolivia became landlocked when this country took over its only coastal territory after a 19th century war. Eric.
What is Chile?
That's right.
Assimilated 2000, please.
Answer. Daily double. It's a shame you don't have a lot of money to risk. You can risk up to 2,000, though.
I'll do that, 2000, please.
All right, here's the clue for you. Under the 1792 Treaty of Jassy, the Ottoman Empire agreed to Russia's taking over control of this peninsula.
What is the Crimean Peninsula?
Yep. You surprised yourself with your knowledge.
Yes, I did.
Go again, you have 3,800.
Jazz for 400, please.
The instrument seen here was played by this swingin' band leader who was at home with classical, too. Nathan?
Who is Benny Goodman?
Correct.
Jazz for 800, please.
Charlie Christian, 1916 to 1942, was one of the first to electrically amplify this instrument. Steve?
What is a guitar?
Correct.
Cleaning up for 4.
To fight this, from the Latin for stain, after surgery, John Charnley devised air tents to keep things sterile. Eric?
What is infection?
Yes.
Jazz for 1200, please.
This band leader from D.C. traveled with an electric piano, now in the Smithsonian, so he wouldn't wake hotel guests. And that was the famous Duke Ellington. About a minute to go now, Eric.
1600 in jazz, please.
This giant of the jazz vibraphone passed away in his 90s in 2002. That was the great Lionel Hampton. Eric, back to you.
Go to cleaning up for 800, please.
In 1887, Johnson & Johnson was incorporated in part to improve upon this man's study of antisepsis. Steve.
Who is Lister?
Joseph Lister, yes.
Cleaning up for 2,000.
Because of a cleanup effort, Bernard Rayner became the last to sell pigeon food in this British plaza. Steve.
What is Piccadilly Circus?
No. Eric or Nathan? Correct response, what is Trafalgar Square? A lot of traffic in Piccadilly. Pigeons
cleaning
don't
up for
congregate.
16.
Answer. In 1898, Caleb Johnson sold this soap named for 2 types of oil used to make it. Later, the company merged with Colgate. Eric.
What is Palmolive?
Correct.
Cleaning up for 1200, please.
To be a cleaner of this, you may need to put on a hazmat suit and hope the criminal doesn't return to it. Nathan.
What's a crime scene?
You are right. And now the last clue for 2,000. There's a distinctive left-hand pattern in this style of piano playing. Also a word meaning walk. Listen. Nathan.
What is stride?
Stride is right, and that takes you close to the lead. You have 14,400. You trail Steve by just 1,400. Eric's still alive, though. Final Jeopardy category, gentlemen, Africa. Clue after the break. Category for Final Jeopardy is Africa. Here's the clue. In January of 2006, this country swore in Africa's first elected female president, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. 30 seconds, players. Good luck. Eric, we'll start with you. It's going to take a minor miracle for you to retain your crown as Jeopardy champ, but let's see what you came up with. You said, what is Liberia? You are right, of course, and you almost doubled. You are at 11,598. Now we come to Nathan Myers. Liberia? Yes. Wager? 1,401. Interesting. Taking you into a $1 lead over Steve Friedman. So Steve has to come up with Liberia. Picked South Africa instead. It's costing him how much? 13,001. And that makes Nathan Myers our new Jeopardy champion with 15,801. Well done. Oh boy, what a game. What a finish. We'll have more of the same tomorrow. Join us then. So long.
Promotional consideration provided by...